This video explains how to add an OS template in HostingController. OS template is simply a master virtual machine, a VHDX file, with a pre-installed operating system. It may also contain some pre-configured applications. This virtual machine serves as a template for creating other virtual machines. Before adding an OS template to HostingController, it's necessary that an OS template is prepared. To learn how to prepare an OS template, see the link below. To add an OS template, navigate to the top right corner and click the Configurations cog. Then, go to OS Templates under Virtualization Module Configurations. Click the Add OS Template button. Specify a friendly name for the template. This is a name for your own understanding, and can be any easy name. Select a repository server for the template. Some cases warrant a central location for OS templates. HostingController allows admins to maintain their OS templates at a central location on a separate Windows server. In the case of Hyper-V, the VHDX files can be fetched from this central location and copied to the Hyper-V host. Select a base OS type for the template. HostingController associates an OS template with a base OS type. While creating a virtual machine, if you specify the base OS type, HostingController automatically fetches the appropriate OS template. For example, if we select Windows Server 2019 Datacenter 64-bit as base OS type here, it will associate this base OS type with the template. Select the generation. Generation determines the virtual hardware and functionality that is presented to the virtual machine. In previous versions of Hyper-V, there was only one generation of virtual machine, but starting with Windows Server 2012 R2, you can create two types of virtual machines such as Generation 1 and Generation 2. Specify the login credentials for the OS template. This includes the default administrator account. Specify the password for the administrator. Confirm the password. Specify a public network name. Specify a private network name. Locate and select the master virtual machine, the VHDX file, to be used as the OS template. This master virtual machine will serve as the template for creating further virtual machines. Then specify some other necessary settings and finally hit the Save button. The OS template will be added to the panel. Once the OS template has been added, public IP addresses need to be added to HostingController. You may define a range of public IPs in the HostingController. These IP addresses can then be assigned to virtual machines. To add IP addresses, click the Configurations cog on the top, once again and then hit Public IP addresses under Virtualization Module Configurations. You will land on the Public IP addresses page. Click the Add Public IP Address button. Select the Hyper-V host to which the IPs are to be allocated. Define a range of public IPs. These IPs will then be subsequently assigned to virtual machines. First IPs in the range would be assigned first. Provide a subnet mask. Specify the default gateway. Specify preferred DNS. Specify alternate DNS. Specify a MAC address. A static MAC address can be associated with a public IP address. Whenever the IP is assigned to a virtual machine, the MAC address is assigned along. HostingController supports a one-to-one mapping for IP to MAC. A single IP address can be mapped to a single MAC at a time. A range of IPs cannot be mapped to a range of MACs. Finally, hit the Save button. The range of IPs is now available on the panel. Any free IP from this range can now be assigned to a virtual machine. Next, see how to provision a Hyper-V virtual machine. Try HostingController today.